Wait a minute, fellow honorable members of the clan. Wait a minute. Who is Kagiso Lerutla? Was he ever in our radar? Have we ever heard about him before? Because tell me why I wake up this morning and then Kagiso Lerutla arrested. And I'm like, who be that? And then I look a little further. He is the current Ekurhuleni city manager. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. So Mashazi did retire because of retirement age. And the city, of course, needed to get a new city manager. And it happens to be Kagiso Lerutla. And he is arrested. And from what I understand, I'm going to get to the article because I got this in the article that was looking at me in the face when I opened my eyes, when I started scrolling on my phone. And I'm like, what is this? Yeah, he replaced Mashazi as the city manager. And now the question is, why are you arrested, sir? What's happening? Turns out, allegedly, he is charged with similar charges as that of, Julius Mkhwanazi, fraud, corruption, and defeating the ends of justice. So let me read you the article that got me going, huh? How come I did not see this yesterday? And it makes sense why I did not see it yesterday. So this comes from Times Live, and the headline is Ekurhuleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutla arrested. Now, why didn't we see this? That's because the article was published on April 19th, 2026 at 8:15 in the evening. I was already in bed at that time. I was forging ahead to La La Land at 8. In fact, I think I went to bed around 10 to 8. By 8:15, I was beginning to see them stars and stuff like that. So that is why I did not see this. But let's read what the articles say. Ekurhuleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutla is believed to be the senior official who was arrested on Sunday. So it's sketchy. That's what they're trying to say. It's a little sketchy. According to sources who spoke to the Sowetan on condition of anonymity, Lerutla is expected to appear at the Boksburg Magistrates Court on Monday alongside the Metro Police Deputy Chief Julius Mkhwanazi. That is why I'm like, I'm thrown off. Like, who is this Kagiso? We never heard about him. This is according to Sowetan sources who revealed that Lerutla and Mkhwanazi are being detained at the Midrand police station. Mkhwanazi was arrested on Saturday. And other people are probably wondering, why Lerutla? Why not Mashazi? Same question I have. But now, I'm thinking about something about Mashaz. She played a very clean game, this one. She pushed people, Bayena Msura. But let's see how it all going to end up with her. Police spokesperson Brigadier Atlanta Mate confirmed the arrest of two suspects, age 40 and 50. They are charged with fraud, corruption, and defeating the ends of justice, she said. Another source from Midrand Police Station confirmed that Lerutla was being detained there. It is still unclear how Lerutla and Mkhwanazi, the suspected Ekurhuleni Metro Police Deputy Chief, are connected. That's why we are surprised. But sources said it is not in relation to the Blue Light saga highlighted at the Madlanga Commission, where Mkhwanazi was accused of providing blue lights to alleged cartel member Vusi Kat Matlala. The city's mayor, Nkosi Ndipile Xhakaza, said he had not received full information and that he has been learning information through headlines. What we know is that there was an ICT official that was arrested on Friday and Mkhwanazi arrested yesterday. So we don't know the details. At least with Mkhwanazi, we know it's related to Madlanga. If there's anything that links Kagiso Lerutla, it has not come up at Madlanga. That's why we were like, who's this Katlego? Who is he? So we are trying to check if that is the case first, if Kagiso was arrested and what are the issues. I am sure as soon as we get that data, we will send you the necessary updates, he said. DA mayoral candidate in Ekurhuleni, Kato. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Even the surname is. I'm not gonna butcher people's names and surnames. Declined to comment until Lerutla's court appearance on Monday. So this is the mayoral candidate in Ekurhuleni, DA. So you can check. I'll just call him Cut. Okay. Lerutla is a qualified accountant and worked for the Auditor General before joining the Ekurhuleni municipality in 2014 as divisional head of compliance and governance in the city's financial department. This is why I say stop playing on 70 because you went to school for so many years for you to destroy it like this. Hey, hey, hey. In 2019, Lerutla was appointed as the city's financial officer, and last year in November, he was appointed as city manager because Mashazi retired. But okay, I'm going to talk about the CFO of Tshwane, who is sitting right now getting grilled. In September 2023, Lerutla survived a mysterious alleged shooting. Sowetan reported that he was allegedly ambushed by unknown gunmen who riddled his car with bullets, leaving him with an injured hand. So, if it sounds to me like if you can't stand the heat, don't get out of the kitchen. According to his friend and colleagues, he was attacked in Primrose while allegedly traveling alone. It is said that his attackers jumped out of a Hyundai i10 and started to shoot at his vehicle. Mkhwanazi in 2022 was accused of fitting blue lights to a fleet belonging to Matlala without the city's approval. In 2023, the police watchdog, the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, IPID, issued a negative report against Mkhwanazi and ordered the city to discipline him. Evidence obtained by IPID indicated that 4 vehicles were registered as City of Ekurhuleni vehicles between January 18 and 24, 2023. The same vehicle then changed ownership, or same vehicles then changed ownership on the that system. Anatis system from the City of Ekurhuleni fleet and were registered as CAT VIP vehicles in March 2023. Money from the city was used to pay for the registration and licensing, which cost about 2.2 million. No, I'm lying. 2,218 rand against the registration. Based on the above information contained in the case docket, IPID recommended that disciplinary steps be taken against Mkhwanazi for contravention of MP disciplinary procedure collective agreement standard of code 1.2.5. Conduct themselves with honesty and integrity. However, docket is referred to DPP for decision. The report read. However, the city ignored the recommendations against him because he was allegedly protected by former city manager Imogen Mashazi, head of legal advice Kemi Bahari, and head of HR Linda Klasheka. They have all denied these allegations. All 3 have since been suspended. At the weekend, Mata said police were looking into making more arrests in relations to corruption in Ekurhuleni, and this is now where we are introduced to Kagiso Lerutla, whom we are all trying to figure out what on earth is going on. However, since now that they are in court this morning, we will get to understand a little further who is this Kagiso gentleman. Well, we know that he's a manager of the city of Ekurhuleni. And the question is, why was he pew-pewed and pew-pewed? It's reminding me of Mpho Mafule. I will never forget Mpho Mafule for, I don't know why Mpho Mafule feels so personal to me. And then why did they want to unalive this one now that he's arrested? Was it a way of forcing him to comply with Julius Mkwanazi? What's happening? I guess time will tell, as now this is a court process. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Now, let's come to the current CFO of Tshwane, who is on the hot seat, and he is getting grilled, y'all. And every grilling that he is experiencing, he is denying the allegations. Especially the communication through WhatsApp that he had with his friend, Sergeant Kosi, who also appearing in court this morning in where is it? Boxburg. Okay, no, Pretoria. Sorry, in Pretoria, and he is like he's like, I'm the river denial. I am not going to admit to anything. He's even denying lists of companies that were sent to him, some of which belong to EFF or Julius Malema. And he's denying Julius Malema or anything about that list that was sent by to him, allegedly by Julius Malema, and also a photo of Julius Malema, and then Kuningi. And what I'm trying to say, linking the Ekurhuleni city manager and Mr. Mnisi, Gereth Mnisi, is that Gereth Mnisi is going the same trajectory as Kagiso Lerutla. He's going to get arrested, definitely, because the things that he's denying are pretty obvious, and he is not making any sense. And on top of that, he is contradicting himself because he's trying so hard to come out of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry as innocent. Two commissioners told him flat out on his face, that is Commissioner Baloyi and the chairperson, Justice Madlanga, that he is being dishonest. And the moment you hear either of these two tell you that, yeah, cutting are following. And I don't think he is actually reading the room right now. I think he's also panicking because he thinks he knows what is to follow. And as a result, he's trying his level best to be denying everything that is being tabled on him, especially when it comes to the companies of Sergeant Kosi, Al Shaddai, and Gapesheya, who happen to be amongst the 57 bidders for a tender in Tshwane, and 7 made it, and I think 2 turned out to be the victors. And guess who they were? Belonging to, Sergeant Kosi. So he's saying, I did not influence anything. I wasn't participating. I'm the chairperson. Everything is done in due diligence, and the communication between him and Sergeant Kosi, where Sergeant Kosi was pestering him to a point where he says he was so annoyed, he ended up ignoring Sergeant Kosi. And when the evidence is shown to him that actually it's the opposite, you the one who was annoying Sergeant Kosi with phone calls. What's the lights went out on Mr. Gereth Mnisi. Gereth Mnisi is definitely going from the hot seat in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry to a magistrate dock because he's going to get arrested. I don't know how long his testimony is going to last. I think it's supposed to be for 2 days, but people like him, it always ends up 3, 4, 5 days later. But he's going. He's definitely going to be arrested. As I've said last week, that the evidence is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. But let me leave this video because they are on tea break and 5 minutes left before they return. Let me wrap it up here but I'll give you full details in the next video. I just thought, let me, scrape on the surface of what's going on in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. But the whole point was about Kagiso Lerutla. Who is he? And why we never heard of him? And now that I'm reading the article, I'm getting a small picture as to what exactly is going on and why he might be arrested. And I think, I have a feeling that everything that he's accused of was done under duress. Yeah, I think he was forced to do things that he did not want to do, because when he took over, and then maybe when he was a chief financial officer, he was uncovering, oh, wait a minute, he could have been working with Mpo. When was he? Okay, I'll check the article again. I think he was working with Mpo Mafule, and they were supposed to be off together. So after the pew-pewing of him, he probably complied with the cartel. Like, okay, I want to live. That is why I'm saying I think his situation was under duress, the fraud, corruption, and defeating the ends of justice. I could be wrong, but I'm getting a feeling that he was forced into doing this, considering the pew-pewing that he experienced. I don't know. What are your thoughts? This is getting interesting. And today, our courts are busy. Makala and his co-accused are also appearing today. So I'm like shoveling like cards. Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, Sergeant Kosi's appearance. I was waiting for Julius Mkwanazi, and now Kagiso, and also comes Kat Matlala and his co-accused, and I'm like, oh, what do we do? South Africa is so busy, but I like it because we are getting to the bottom of what exactly is going on in South Africa, so we can begin to clean. I'll see you guys a little bit later, because now literally 2 minutes left and I still have editing to do with this video. I'll see you a bit later. Goodbye.